Good.
Welcome to the sixth episode of Jamoki's Summer Podcast. Today we are going to be interviewing Tameeka Griffiths. She is from
Ginny in Georgia.
Ginny in Georgia, and she was nice enough to let us interview her today. So, yeah.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
I'm Anthony, and this is
I'm Sierra.
and
And
and Dior, introduce yourself, please.
I am Dior.
All right.
So we're gonna bring Tameeka Griffiths onto the live.
And we're connected.
Hi, Tameeka.
Guys, thanks for having me.
No problem. So, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, my name is Tameeka Griffiths. I am from Toronto. My parents are both Jamaican, and I'm an actor.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So today we're basically gonna get to know your career and basically just how life is.
Okay.
Is that fine with you?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So one of my questions is, were you surprised like when you got a call talking about you wanted to be in Ginny in Georgia?
Um, I wouldn't say I was surprised. I felt good at the audition, but I wasn't. It was at the beginning of my career. I'm still pretty new to this industry, so anytime I get a call back, it's exciting. I wouldn't say I was surprised because I felt good about the audition when I did it.
That's good. Anthony, you got a question?
What is the story behind Ginny in Georgia?
Ginny in Georgia follows a biracial girl with her mother and her younger brother. And they've just moved to a whole new town. It's actually the town that the mother had been introduced to earlier on in her life. And it's a really nice town, but the family has a few different secrets. And then it follows Ginny in school, and it follows Georgia's personal and professional life. So it's really dynamic. There's a whole lot of moving parts.
Okay. Dior, do you have a question for her?
Yes. Do you like your career?
I do like it. Like I said, it's kind of new for me. I'm not even really going to count 2020 because we all know that the world kind of shut down during that time. So I didn't get as many opportunities as I would have liked during the year of 2020. But so far, I'm really proud of what I've been able to accomplish. And I'm always happy with the work that I do, whether or not I book the role.
That's good. Another question I have is, what is it like behind the scenes whenever you guys are like recording?
I'll definitely say it's long hours. It's always so much fun though. You know, everyone always has good energy and everyone's happy to be there. I think that a lot of people share the same sentiments that, you know, they're always proud of their work. So when you're doing something that you're proud of, you're not ever going to be like unhappy to be there. I will say though, long hours, when you're watching TV and it's two people talking, you'll see, like, say it's you and I, Anthony. If I'm talking to Anthony, we're going to see me talking to Anthony, and then we're going to see Anthony talking to me. So we have to just shoot it like a bunch of times where it's just Anthony that we're looking at, and then a bunch of times where it's just me that we're looking at, and then we go back and forth between the two sides of the conversation. So it's just long.
I have to leave early. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, Anthony.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later, Anthony.
Dior, did you have another question for her?
No.
No? Okay. I have a couple more questions actually. What made you want to be an actor?
I've always really liked performing. I've always really liked singing and things like that. But I think that I went through a period of time where I was really shy and I was really like hiding myself and not making myself able to freely express. And I think that acting is a really great outlet for that. I think that it's great to explore different parts of yourself. And maybe if you want to be a character that's a little bit more mean and you're not that way in real life, then you can explore that part um, in a healthy way, telling the story for different people.
That's very cool. What was it like being in Grand Army and being a part of that cultural Black people stuff?
That was so much fun. So I know that Grand Army, part of it shot in New York, and I unfortunately did not get the chance to go to New York. Um, a lot of Grand Army also shot in Toronto, and like I said, I'm from Toronto, so it was really interesting having a lot of those actors come over here. They were so much fun to be around. Oddly, I'm not sure if you guys remember the show, but Oddly Jean was one of the main 4 or 5 characters that they covered, and she's amazing. She brought her friend Francia along. Francia was also so much fun, so it was just fun being a part of that experience with them as well, because they're also new actors but doing so well.
Yeah, I think meeting new people is fun and trying to see who they are. Um,
I got a question now.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dior.
Um, why you didn't had a chance to go to New York?
Just because the part of the show that I was in, the set that they had was just set in Toronto. Like the house that they had, that was my house in the show. They just found the location in Toronto, and I think most of the show was shot here anyway. I think they just wanted specific parts like the subway. The subways in Toronto and New York look very different, and I think they wanted the New York feel for the subway. So
Yeah. We actually had a question coming from Jonas Russo. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but she said, "How were you able to overcome being shy, especially when you have to perform in front of so many people and cameras?"
um I think practicing is a really big part of it. Once you practice it and you can do it kind of without thinking about it, then you're only really trying to do better for yourself, if that makes any sense. So you've practiced it 100,000 times, and then doing it in front of a crowd is just 100,001. It's just another time to be doing the same thing that you know you can do. So just knowing just knowing how to I guess better yourself is huge in regards to overcoming shyness, in my opinion.
I agree. Um, how was when you were like to perform? How was like your support system?
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
How was your support system like when you knew that you wanted to be an actor?
Um, that was a little difficult, to be honest, just because there's not a lot of stability in regards to this profession as opposed to other professions. And it's not to say that every other profession is completely stable, but because it's a little bit more abstract in the process of getting a job, um, it it looks a little less promising than if you wanted to do something like get a job at a law firm and pursue a career in law, because that's set and stable. Whereas acting is there are so many different variables. So the support system is I'm still working on it, to be honest.
Uh, that's well, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to succeed in it. I actually have another question that came in. Are you doing season 2 of Jimmy and Georgia?
Um, yeah, I know that we have a season 2. I'm not sure about anything about what the storylines are, like. But yeah, season 2 got announced on April 19th, so I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited too. I really like to see what you guys come up with next. Um, we actually have another student with us, Christian. Um, yeah, Christian. Do you have a question for us?
Yeah.
Hi, Christian.
Hi.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What are your questions?
Uh, what made you want to do acting?
What made me want to be an actor? I feel like I like trying a whole bunch of different things. I like doing new things, and with acting, you can be a whole bunch of different characters. Even if you're not booking the roles, maybe you're going out for, I don't know, you're going out for a high school student one day, and the next day you're going out for like a soldier. You can be a whole bunch of different people. So it's fun for me to experience different things and try new things.
That seems really cool too. Dior, do you have a question for her?
Yes. Uh, do you like Ginny and Georgia? Oh, I never watched it before.
Yeah, I really like the show. I like how dynamic it was. I like all of the different little storylines.
Who would you say is your idol?
Do I have an idol? There are a few different people that I really like. Two that come to mind. I really love Issa Rae. I've loved her content and her whole like presence since she was on YouTube by herself. So I really love Issa Rae, and I really like Michaela Cole, who is another actor, but she's British. So I don't think that a lot of people maybe recognize her work unless they're watching very specific things. So I'd say those two.
Yeah, we actually had another question come in. What skills do you focus on improving to make yourself marketable as an actor?
I think that being personable is a really important skill to have in life in general, but especially as an actor, because there are a lot of times where actors need to be vulnerable. You need to make sure that you're able to relate to the people that are working with you on set on a personal level, and not having that skill and not having that as an asset in yourself isn't going to help progress you if people around you don't want to be around you or work around you or talk to you when the cameras aren't rolling.
Another question that popped up. What projects do you have coming up?
I was just in a different part of Canada last month, actually. There's a show out here. It's a newer show. It's Canadian, and it's like one of those legal type shows. So I'm being defended in a case, and I don't really know if I'm gonna go too much into it. It's just one episode, but it was so much fun being out there. So it's a show called Dickstown. If you guys ever want to look into it in the future.
Well, I'm gonna actually look at it soon. Um, how do you ignore the people who doubt you?
How do I?
Ignore the people who doubt you.
Um. Well, I think when you get to a certain age, you recognize when to trust and believe in yourself, and other people's lives you realize are not going to impact you as much as what you think about your own life impacts you. So me knowing that I'm proud of myself and I'm doing what I want to be doing and not focusing on other people, um, and then recognizing that other people are focusing on me. Um, like I don't really have to think about other people, and I don't mean that in a cocky way. I'm thinking about myself because it's my life, and I'm the one that's constant through it, as opposed to other people who don't need to be in my life.
I agree. Another question. What's a negative,
Negotiable.
negligible? I'm sorry. when it comes to roles you consider accepting?
I had this conversation with my agent. I'm not really into like anything that's demonic or anything like that. I don't think I would be comfortable doing anything that dips into that part of TV. Or not
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah. Um. Were you scared when it came to certain parts that you wanted to play in?
Was I scared when it came to certain parts that I wanted to?
To certain parts where you have to act and where you don't know if you're confident enough to do it.
Um, for stuff where I have to be really sad, that can be difficult just because, like, sometimes you need a little bit of extra help to get you in a sad place so that it translates properly. But if you're going into that too much, then it's just gonna feel draining. Like you don't want to be sad for hours and hours and hours just to get the right take. So that can be difficult. It's different for other emotions, but drawing on sadness is challenging sometimes.
Okay, well, that's actually something good. Um, our last question, and then we're gonna wrap it up. What advice would you give to young people who want to go into acting or anyone
Um,
else?
I think for with anything, you have to have a really strong conviction in what you want to do so that you can look into the right resources and be able to align yourself with the right people who um, have like resources that can really connect you into, for this example, of course, acting. So, finding an acting coach or a reputable school, um, getting yourself into classes, doing some studying of your own just to make sure that you recognize where you want to be going and taking steps to get there.
That's really good advice. Well, it was nice talking to you and getting to know you, and we would like to thank you for your advice, and I will always remember the advice that you gave.
Aw. Thank you so much again for having me, guys. It was nice meeting
No
you.
problem.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you later.